The Winchester story. It's always been a mystery. I need to uncover the truth about my parents. Was it the hunt for evil that drew them together? Or was it something more? To get to the truth, the real story means going way back to 1972. The day Dad came home from the war.
Love what you done with the place.
I'm fine, Mom.
So what are you gonna do next?
I have no idea.
And the night he met Mom.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Stop helping!
What was that?
That was a demon.
What's your name?
You don't want any part of this life.
You were raised to be...
A hunter.
You've been chasing your dad since he walked out our door?
Was my dad a hunter? Did you ever hear of Henry Winchester?
I'm Mary.
It's nice to officially meet you, Mary. You're looking for your dad too, right?
Dad was hunting demons, and now he's missing.
Sounds like there's answers in there for the both of us. I am kind of nervous.
Who's your friend?
John Luthika, Luthika John.
Is it okay to be nervous? This is your first hunt. At least reach out to another hunter who's free. Carlos is nearby.
Our buddy from the alley found a fresh host.
Come on, rookie. Learn something. Nothing more hydrating than holy water. You want some?
I'm good, actually. Thank you.
Jimmy, Janice, Jim Morrison. Amen.
Do all hunters have such tough beginnings?
The only thing worse than how it starts for hunters is how it ends.
So you're all in, huh?
I am. When I was a kid, I thought there was a monster under my bed. And my dad always said, "Don't worry, son. I know how to trap it."
Don't go down this road, John. Maybe one day when you have kids, you will understand.
My whole life, I've been searching for something. Is this good versus evil?
Is a normal night for you?
Since yesterday, yeah.
You know, you really are a lot of fun, Mary. She's really a lot meaner when you get to know her.
There's a whole other world out there. A dangerous world.
I was born and raised a hunter. You aren't. You can walk away.
Saving people, hunting things, Mom. This is what I was born to do.
Our parents' past has always been a mystery, and there are questions left unanswered. But I'm on a new mission, and this story is just beginning.
As long as there's a Winchester alive, there's hope.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we had a very exciting last couple of days as Supernatural fans, as we finally got the first trailer for Supernatural prequel The Winchesters, after almost a year of the announcement by Jensen and Danielle that they're working on a project and all the drama that came out of that between J2, as Jared was upset that Jensen didn't tell him about the project or involve him in it in any way. Thankfully, the boys made up and things are back to normal between them. And now, we have our first solid look at the first Supernatural spin-off to go to series and get picked up by the CW. After the first two failed attempts at spin-offs, Bloodlines and Wayward Sisters.
Hi, Jody. Alex? You miss me? Not really.
Unfortunately, Jared is still not involved in a project and is not back as Sam Winchester, but Jensen himself, who's an executive producer on a series, is actually back as Dean Winchester. The biggest pleasant surprise to me while watching the beginning of the trailer was seeing Jensen actually back on screen as Dean, not just narrating a story of his parents John and Mary as teenagers as we have been told for a year now. I did not expect him to actually be back on screen at all, and what an awesome surprise it was to see our Dean back on screen after his tragic end on a Mothership series, as Jensen and co lovingly call it, even if it is only for a brief cameo in the beginning or a few minutes every other episode.
You can go now. see him.
Having one of the two original Winchester bros back in any capacity to a supernatural spin-off project is always a win. It would only get better if Jared is hopefully brought on later to join his bro Dean in exploring his parents' past. After all, how can we have Dean without Sam and vice versa? It just doesn't feel right.
I can't do this alone. Yes, you can. Well, I don't want to.
I can't do this alone.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to.
Before we get into a detailed breakdown of the Winchesters trailer, I first would like to give a brief synopsis of the series and address two main issues about the trailer and project overall that have been concerning a lot of Supernatural fans, myself included at least on one of them. Before Sam and Dean, there was John and Mary, told from the perspective of narrator Dean Winchester. The Winchesters is the epic untold love story of how John met Mary, and how they put it all on the line to not only save their love, but the entire world. Mary is 19 years old and has been fighting the forces of darkness since she was a child. After losing someone close to her, the hardened hunter considers quitting the family business, until her father's disappearance and arrival of newcomer John forces her to lead a new team.
Why are you following us?
You crazy?
You've been trailing me since my house.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Okay, how about we talk about this, huh?
Let me go.
Are you a hunter?
John has recently returned from Vietnam. Selfless and clear-headed, he finds a new mission back home, where traces of his father's past lead him to a secret organization and a whole new war as a hunter.
There's things you don't know about me, John.
So? I will always love you for exactly who you are.
Now, just learning the show's synopsis before the show's trailer even came out caused a lot of alarm, skepticism, and uncertainty by Supernatural fans on how John will play a young hunter in a prequel series along with Mary in the early 70s, when the lore on the main show told us that John didn't know anything about hunting until Mary's death in 1983 at the opening of Supernatural. Or did it? That's not exactly true. I'll elaborate on that in a bit, but that's the main issue a lot of fans have with the prequel, especially after watching the trailer.
Hey, Winchester!
There is a lot of convoluted details and time-traveling elements involved in that storyline that we'll have to talk about it in more details in a separate video. But just to briefly address it here, when fans claim that John didn't know anything about hunting until Mary's death, that's not actually true. John did learn about hunting when Sam and Dean taught him in the second trip back to their time, but Michael just erased his memory in the end, so technically he already knew about hunting years before Mary's death, he just didn't remember it. And that's Supernatural canon. No reason a memory wipe trick couldn't be redone at the end of the prequel, leading up to Supernatural canon being intact.
I wanted to say I'm sorry about all this. I know it's a lot.
Look, how long have you known about this hunting stuff?
Pretty much forever. My dad raised me in it.
You're serious? But who the hell does that to a kid?
Well, I mean, for the record, Mary's parents did.
I don't care. You know, what kind of irresponsible bastard lets a child anywhere near? You know, you could have been killed.
I came kind of close.
The number it must have done on your head. Your father was supposed to protect you.
He was trying. He died trying.
I will also say is that Jensen and company are obviously well aware of that concern, and according to him, they have a fix for it. So I fully trust him and Robbie Thompson, who's a great supernatural writer, producer, and the showrunner of the prequel, to respect supernatural lore and deliver something worthy of that amazing world, and to not mess it up in any way. And I'll wait till I watch the actual series to make any judgments on that. Just be patient, guys. If you want to hate something, at least wait till you see it first. Don't judge a book by its cover. Now, to the second issue I personally had watching the trailer, and I see that it is also shared by a lot of fellow fans in my comments, is the overly silly, comedic tone of the prequel. At least that's how the trailer implies. I was personally put off by that tone and silly humor while watching the trailer, as it seems to contradict the epic and serious tone of Supernatural, especially in the early seasons that are my personal favorites, particularly season 1 to 3. Those amazing dark seasons felt like an extended series of horror movies every episode, and as a big fan of horror myself, I really enjoyed those Monster of the Week darker episodes early on.
Be very careful. We're all in danger.
You know there's EVP on that?
Not bad, Sammy. It's kind of like riding a bike, isn't it? All right. I slowed the message down and ran it through a gold wave. Took out the hiss, and this is what I got.
I can never go home.
Never go home.
So I was hoping the prequel would at least begin with that dark tone, but that seems to be far from it, at least based on this trailer. But I'm hoping that the trailer is just a terrible representation of the show's tone, so I remain open-minded and I refuse to judge the show based only on the trailer, so I'll wait till I actually start watching it for the final verdict.
Does Jessica know the truth about you? I mean, does she know about the things you've done?
No, and she's not ever going to know.
Well, that's healthy. You can pretend all you want, Sammy, but sooner or later you're gonna have to face up to who you really are.
Who's that?
You're one of us.
No, I'm not like you. This is not going to be my life.
You have a responsibility.
To Dad and his crusade?
So yes, I understand your skepticism, guys, about the off-tone of the prequel, and it seems like a typical CW teen romance with lame humor, which is not exactly terribly exciting or reminiscent of the epicness of Supernatural. But let's wait and see and give it a shot, at least for Jensen.
Our parents' past has always been a mystery, and there are questions left unanswered. But I'm on a new mission, and this story is just beginning.
All the SPN family out there, thank you so much for taking this journey with us for 15 years. We love you, and we won't be gone long, I promise.
Thanks for watching Wayward Winchester. Subscribe for more awesome Wayward content. Till next time, as always, no chick flick moments. Peace.